All right, today we're diving into a fascinating new AI from Google and Peking University. It's called Paper Banana, and honestly, it's designed to tackle this hidden challenge that pretty much every scientist on the planet faces. It's a problem that can grind the whole process of discovery to a halt.
So what is this big hurdle? You might think it's, funding or maybe competition for grants, but nope, the answer is actually visual. It's a problem you can see, and it slows down almost every single major discovery out there.
See, the real problem isn't just having the brilliant, groundbreaking idea. It's all about communicating it. I mean, just take a look at this diagram. This is from a real AI paper, by the way. The idea behind it is genius, but wow. Trying to figure out what's going on here to untangle the flow of information, it's a huge challenge. And for the poor researcher who had to make this, it's a total bottleneck.
Okay, so let's really get into what we can call science's illustration problem. And look, this isn't just about making things look pretty for a presentation. This is a real, super frustrating part of the whole research process, and it has some pretty big consequences. I mean, just think about it. To create one of these diagrams, ready for a top-tier journal, it's so time-consuming. It takes a ton of specialized design skills that, let's be honest, most scientists just don't have. They're brilliant researchers, not professional artists. And what ends up happening is that it can actually limit how well they can explain their most complex ideas. It literally creates a huge delay in getting important research out into the world. But what if scientists didn't have to be graphic designers, right? What if an AI could just step in and take on that role of a professional illustrator, translating all those complex ideas into super clear visuals? Well, that's the whole idea behind Paper Banana. And here it is. Meet the solution. This is an AI that's been specifically designed to be a scientist's own personal artist. It's ready to take all that complex stuff, methods, data, you name it, and just turn it into these clean, professional diagrams.
Now, the tech behind Paper Banana is really what makes it so cool. This isn't just one single giant AI doing everything. Nope, it's what's called an agentic framework. The easiest way to think about it is like a whole team of specialized AIs, all collaborating. Each one has a very specific job, and they all work together to make the final illustration.
So how does this AI team actually get the job done? Let's pull back the curtain and meet the members of what is basically Paper Banana's AI art department.
The original research paper puts it perfectly. It says Paper Banana orchestrates a collaborative team of 5 specialized agents. So it's not just one agent, it's a whole crew of 5 specialists, all working together.
And this diagram right here, it shows the entire workflow. You can see how the stuff on the left, the inputs, kind of moves through this planning stage and then into this loop where it gets refined over and over again before you get the final picture. Pretty neat, right? Okay, so now let's break down who does what. All right, the best way to think about it is like a little production line. First up, you've got the retriever. This agent is like a researcher, and its job is to go find inspiring examples from a huge database. Then the planner steps in. This is your architect. It takes the main idea and sketches out a super detailed blueprint. After that, the stylist comes in. Think of it as the design consultant. It picks the colors, makes sure the layout is professional, all that good stuff. Then the visualizer. That's the artist who actually draws the thing. And finally, you have the critic. The critic is the editor, the quality control. It gives feedback, and they just keep looping and refining until the image is perfect.
Okay, so remember that really detailed diagram we were just looking at? The one that explained this whole system?
Well, get this. Paper Banana made it. Yeah, it generated its own explanation diagram. The tool used to explain this system was literally built by the system. That's pretty wild. It just shows you how powerful this thing is. Okay, but is it actually any good? I mean, making a cool demo is one thing, but in science, you need proof. You need rigorous testing. So let's see how they actually put this AI through its paces.
So to do this right, the team couldn't just use an off-the-shelf test. They had to create a whole new benchmark, and they called it Paper Banana Bench. What they did was they took 292 really complex diagrams from the best AI conference papers to create a seriously tough, really relevant test.
And here you go, a direct side-by-side comparison. On the left, that's a diagram from an actual published paper. On the right, that's Paper Banana's take on it. I mean, just look at the difference. The layout is so much cleaner, the icons are consistent, and the whole flow of logic from left to right is just clearer. It's not just that it looks better, it's genuinely easier to understand what's going on.
And the numbers really don't lie.
They actually had another AI judge the outputs, and Paper Banana's creations were rated as way more concise. We're talking over 37% more concise. On top of that, they were more readable and just looked better than diagrams made with other methods.
And the final score. The overall improvement was 17%. Now, that might not sound like a huge number, but in the world of AI benchmarks, a 17% jump is a massive leap forward. It really proves that this whole multi-agent team approach works.
So, what does this all mean for the future of science? Let's kind of zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture here.
And this isn't just about those super complex methodology diagrams. It's not a one-trick pony. The framework is flexible enough to create all sorts of high-quality statistical plots, which, you guessed it, is another huge headache for researchers. So when you boil it all down, the impact is huge. Tools like Paper Banana are going to dramatically speed up how research gets done. They make science more accessible to everyone. And maybe most importantly, they let researchers get back to focusing on what they do best: discovery, not graphic design. This is a really key step toward building AI assistants that can truly collaborate with scientists. And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating thought to end on. For a while now, we've seen AI master the logic of science with things like large language models. But now, we're seeing it start to master the art of communicating science. And if AI can do that, what complex, creative, supposedly human task is really off the table?